You are listening to the Profitable Content Creator Podcast. This is the place where content creators come to learn how to create profitable content that positions themselves as an authority and grows their online businesses. Get ready to take your content to a whole new level with your host, Kristen Poborsky.
I just had to laugh today when I saw this in one of the school communities I'm in, that actually they claimed that MIT had released a brand new prompting technique, right? And I am always a skeptic on these things because it feels every few weeks someone shares a new framework that supposedly improves AI responses. And this one claimed by 110%. And they've got fancy names. This one I was looking at today was called metacognitive reasoning, chain of thought density, recursive self-reflection, blah, 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 blah. A bunch of names that sound fancy, but do they work? And look, I get it. Some of the ideas in these frameworks are real, but here's what nobody's telling you. The fundamentals of great prompting is not really changed. It's kind of like the fundamentals of content creation and marketing. They're way simpler than what these frameworks make them sound. And one of the things that people are missing is that they don't have a great way to create prompts that they need. They think a prompt is 3 or 4 sentences. I see it all the time in my clients' accounts when I'm helping them build their AI business team. So I just spent the afternoon building 2 new AI agents for a client for their business team with Claude. And I want to show you what makes them work versus this fancy MIT framework that was supposedly released. And this is what I'm going to show you. I'm going to walk you through why basic prompting is not going away anytime soon. And the reason why people build these is because there's a lot of people out there struggling with prompts, right? So here's the hype versus the reality. So someone sent me this MIT framework called recursive metacognition, claims it outperforms standard prompts by 110%. Here's what it tells the AI to do. It tells it to break problems down into subproblems, score confidence on every claim from 0 to 1, reflect and retry if the confidence is low. So I asked my AI agent that I specifically have trained to build my prompts, what do you think of this? The response was honest. The core ideas are real. The packaging is hype. Breaking problems into steps, yes, that helps. That's been documented. It's nothing new. Good prompt engineers, good prompts have been using it for years. But the confidence scores from 0 to 1, Claude said, I can output these numbers, but they're performative. I don't have actual calibrated probability scores. I'm a pattern matching with what sounds right. So it isn't going to actually really improve in layman's language until you get in and you test your prompts. Because you're not going to have a great prompt no matter. Even if you use my prompt agent, it's not going to be 100% the first time out. It's just vibes. So let me show you what really works based on prompts I built today and the framework that I'm using. It's the same framework I've been using since 2023, okay? A great prompt has 5 things. So think of this when you're building your next AI business team member. It has a clear role, not your helpful assistant that's useless. Try you are a strategy session architect who performs course competencies into bookable strategy session offers. You see the difference there? AI knows exactly what it's supposed to be. A specific task with boundaries. What's in the scope? What's out of the scope? I told my agent, you write the session name in the Calendly copy. You don't do pricing, you don't do scheduling, you don't do sales scripts. That's giving it guardrails, like you would with a really well-trained assistant. When you draw that box, AI stays inside it. Step-by-step rules. This is where chain of thought really lives now. Not some fancy framework, but in very simple instructions, because that's what the AI knows. The fancier, the more complicated you get, the less likely it's going to know what you want. Be the same thing with your virtual assistant or any team member that you have. So so step one, this is an example. Read the business plan and extract the 6 competencies. That's step one. Step two, for each competency, generate 2 session idea names. 1 problem focused, 1 outcome focused. Step 3, write Calendly copy for each. That's it. Explicit steps in order. Guardrails. That's the 4th thing. What never to do. This is the part that people never skip. I told my agent, never ask for clarifying questions, never use generic names like free consultation, never add emojis, never promise specific results. Guardrails, when you add them into your prompts, prevent your AI business team member from drifting into bad habits. The next thing you need to have is examples of good output. This is one of the things most people never even think of. When you want the AI to produce something specific, show it what good looks like. I included a full example. And I said, here's a competency called gut health. Here's a session name called gut health reset. Here's exactly what Calendly copy looks like. One good example beats 1,000 words of instruction. So let's talk about great prompts versus mediocre prompts. I want to make this concrete. A mediocre prompt is, help me create some strategy session ideas for my coaching business. What's wrong with this? No role, no context, no structure, no examples. The AI has to guess everything. And that prompt that I told you about earlier, it isn't going to fix that. You still need all these things in there. So using this prompt to go and fix it, if it wasn't good in the first place, that improver prompt is never going to fix anything. So a great prompt, it's going to have your strategy session architect. You take a 1-page business plan with 6 competencies and create 12 strategy sessions. Copy for that, 2 per competency, with Calendly ready marketing copy. Each session name should be 2 to 6 words, either problem focused or outcome focused. Each description should be 75 to 150 words with a hook, 3 to 4 bullet points on what you'll cover, a qualifier, who it's for, and a soft CTA. Never ask questions, just deliver the output. And here's an example of what good looks like. Same task, completely different result. The second prompt I'm talking about here works because it's specific, structured, and complete. So here, the real secret is what prompt engineering gurus don't want you to know. There's no magic framework. There's no secret syntax. Great prompts are clear communication. Just like when you communicate with another human being, when you want them to perform a task, a role, a task, steps, guardrails, examples. You don't need a PhD. You don't need to study for papers. You don't need that MIT released prompt fixer. You just need to start telling AI exactly what you need, how you want it, and what you don't want. That's it. The agents I built today for my client's business team, they work because I was specific, and not because I used some metacognitive framework. Specificity beats complexity every single time. If you want to start creating better assistants and start building your AI business team, I'd love to introduce you to the 3 Claude assistants that I use every single week in my business to help me create better content, write emails, and improve my messaging without sounding like a robot. Just comment Claude Crew and I will send it right over to you.
You've been listening to the Profitable Content Creator Podcast, where content creators go to learn how to take their content creation to the next level. If you love the Profitable Content Creator Podcast, we'd love for you to subscribe, rate, and give us a review on iTunes. Until next time.